Hey everybody, it is Webkinz Fan Anyone, and it's time, finally, for the next Webkinz Mashup. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that if you do want to follow along with the Webkinz Mashup scorecard that I created, there is a link to it in the description. If you want to see how I'm basing my scores, that's pretty much how to see. Congratulations to the Signature Arctic Fox, who won the previous Webkinz Mashup. Sorry, Signature Giraffe, you lost. The two Webkinz for today's mashup are the Love Puppy and the Signature Hippo. So without further ado, let's get started on today's Webkinz Mashup. To review these two Webkinz, I have Holiday, my Love Puppy, and Dusty, my Signature Hippopotamus. This will be an interesting mashup. First up is the creativity. The Love Puppy is very creative, and obviously the Love Puppy was created back when Webkinz were still really creative. It's very popular because it's very cute, and it is so creative, and it's such a great idea. I'm going to give the Webkinz Love Puppy a 4. Obviously creativity is a little bit harder to rate with the Signature Webkinz, which you probably see me have issues with just because it's kind of harder since they're signatures and there's not really much creativity that goes into it. However, to make a hippopotamus a signature, I think that is pretty creative because usually they're dog breeds and cat breeds, and there's not really any like actual animals, you know, to be a signature. I'm going to give the Signature Hippo a 3. It's time to go over the pet-specific item for each of these two Webkinz. The Love Puppy's pet-specific item is the Tender Hearts Love Seat. This item is super cute. It basically is a sofa that's white, light pink, and then has some red with the hearts. It really does match the Love Puppy, especially with the whole Valentine's Day hearts love theme, and the name of the item is really cute, Tender Hearts. How adorable is that? It really goes to show how really creative Gans was when they made this Webkinz. So for this item, I am going to rate it a 5. The Signature Hippopotamus's item is called the Muddy River Raft Ride. I actually have not adopted my Signature Hippo as of making this video, so I'm not totally sure what it does, but it looks like your Webkinz will sit on the raft and it'll slowly go around the huge muddy river. This item is really cute. However, I think muddy river is kind of misleading because this isn't really a river, it's more of like a mud pit. So if it was like a muddy pit raft ride, I mean, I know that sounds weird. It's kind of a good idea, but I feel like they just kind of fumbled with it. Besides that, I do think it really does fit the pet because the hippos like to go in, you know, the mud and the dirt to keep cool because where they live, you know, Africa, it's really hot, and the best way to stay cool is for animals to cover themselves with dirt and mud. It really does make sense with the hippo, but because of the name, I feel it's a little misleading, so I'm going to rate this a 3. Now it's time to go over the pet-specific foods for each Webkinz. The Love Puppy's pet-specific food is the Sweetheart Tart. It's a really cute idea, but what the heck is it? I think it's supposed to be some kind of cakey thing, and it kind of looks good, but I like to be very literal, and I know that probably annoys some people. I don't think it would eat this. It just doesn't seem like something that a dog would eat. It doesn't really fit a puppy at all. The idea of the food is great, but it doesn't really make sense, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to rate this a 2. The Signature Hippopotamus's pet-specific food is called the shortgrass samosas. Now, I didn't know what a samosa was, so I looked it up. And what I found is this. A samosa is a fried or baked pastry with savory filling, such as spiced potatoes, onions, peas, lentils, and sometimes ground lamb, ground beef, or ground chicken. The samosa originated in the Middle East. This doesn't make sense to have this kind of food for a hippopotamus. Hippos live in Africa, and I did look this up. But what I am seeing for the samosa is that it's basically a appetizer in Asia. And however, it does say the Horn of Africa and North Africa, but what I was seeing is that the hippo lives in Southern Africa. So if this is not actually a food that you find in Southern Africa, how the heck is a hippo going to eat it? Not only that, I don't think a hippo would eat it because this is a fried or baked pastry and hippos eat greens. So it really doesn't make sense to me, and that is enough for me to want to judge this badly. Yeah, it's great that it's probably filled with grass because it's called short grass. I don't know what that dip is. I don't know if it's some like liquefied grass or if it's like guacamole or something, but it just looks gross. This is not a food that I would see a hippo eating, and I have to judge it even harsher because this is a signature hippo. It's supposed to be a hippo. It's not supposed to be some imaginary animal. This PSF is horrible, and it's gonna get a 1. Now it's time to review the gift box for each Webkinz. The Love Puppies gift box is absolutely perfect. It's a white box with red and pink hearts all over it, which matches the fur perfectly, and it has a nice pink bow. This is a wonderful gift box, and it's absolutely perfect, and I don't think that there's any other way to describe this. So because this gift box is so incredible, it is getting a 5. The signature Hippos gift box is honestly quite terrifying. You've got a gray gift box, which is perfect, and it's even sitting on some sand or dirt, well, probably dirt, and it's got, rocks and blades of grass that are going up. Perfect. And then you got little ears, that's cute, and you got like a bow that covers it, that's, the color of the sandy stuff. But what is up with that gigantic nose protruding from the box? This box would be perfect without that nose, or even if it just had like the little nostrils, but you have the entire mouth and nose complete with the little whiskers, and it's not even cute. It's actually kind of creepy. Why did they think that this was a great gift box? I don't know, but I like hippos, but if somebody gave me a gift box like this, I might burn it because it's just so creepy. Unfortunately, this gift box is gonna have to get a 3. It's okay, it's not great. I don't really have a rating for something that's creepy, so I'm just gonna go with a 3. It's time to review the plush versus the virtual. Let's start with the Love Puppy. The Love Puppy pretty much matches each other, plush and virtual. They're both white. They both have the pink and red hearts all over them. They've got the pink nose, they've got the black eyes, they even have the black eyebrows. So there's really nothing that doesn't match, and I don't really know what else to say about them because they are an exact match. I mean, you've even got the inside of the ears and underneath the paws are both pink. Perfect match. So I'm gonna rate the Love Puppy a 5. The signature hippo looks a lot like its virtual, but it also kind of looks different. They're both gray, as I would expect. They both got the golden eyes with the black inside. They both got, the bump of an eyebrow above the eye, the same ears. Their feet are pretty much exactly the same. One thing I do notice is that virtual has like folds of skin that's coming over the leg, and the plush does not. I know that probably would have been hard to replicate, but I don't think it would have been impossible because you can see on its back it's kind of got that fold of skin, so I think they could have done that for the leg. It's a little disappointing that they didn't. They also did not sculpt out the toenails like you can see on the virtual. I think the virtual is honestly more realistic than the plush, which is really disappointing, and it kind of should be the opposite, to be completely honest. You expect the plush to be completely almost a look-alike to the exact animal, and it's really not. It's kind of upsetting. They didn't even bother to put whiskers on the face. They just put black dots, which that's not really good enough. They put whiskers on the gift box, but they can't put it on the plush. It's really, really close, but there's a lot of things they could have done that they didn't. Unfortunately for this section, I'm gonna have to give this hippo a 3. Now it's time to go over the plush build. The Webkinz Love Puppy has a really great plush. It's very easy to pose, and the legs are nice and movable, so you can sit it down very, very easily. It's also a great Webkinz to use, especially for making videos, because consumers often grab their necks like this, and especially if you're playing with them, like that's how you're gonna grab them. So there's enough stuffing in the neck of the Love Puppy where it won't wear out easily. So I'm going to give the Love Puppy a 4. The signature hippo's plush build isn't very good. It's very stiff. Although it does stand up on its own, you can't really move the hippo around or pose it because it's just so stiff that it stays in this one pose. Even if you're like doing talking or something, you really have to bend it to do anything. Unfortunately, the signature hippo is going to get a 2. Now let's go over the names for each of these Webkinz. The Love Puppy doesn't really have a name that needs much discussion. A Love Puppy, like, it's got hearts. It was for Valentine's Day. It's pretty obvious what the name is. So for the Love Puppy, I'm going to give it a 3. The same kind of goes for the Signature Hippopotamus. Like, it's a hippo, it's a signature. There's not really any creativity that goes into the name. The Signature Hippopotamus also gets a 3. So now this is the part where you guys get to vote which one you like better. If you have not watched a Webkinz Mashup before, then here is something interesting you might want to know. You as a viewer get to help influence the final score for your favorite Webkinz. In the comments section, unless the description says that the voting is closed, vote for your favorite Webkinz, the Love Puppy or the Signature Hippo. Depending on how many votes each Webkinz get, they will get a certain number of extra points, from 1 to 5. This could possibly influence your score and put one ahead of the other. So make sure to vote, and make sure not to vote if the description says the voting is closed, because your vote will be completely ignored. If you want to see a certain Webkinz end up in a future Webkinz Mashup video, make sure to also tell me in the comment section, since I take all suggestions and put them in a random name generator, and that's how I pick, which is how I got a Signature Hippo with the Love Puppy. I would not have done that normally, that's for sure. Well, I think that's about it. I don't know when the next Webkinz Mashup will be, just because they're really hard to edit because there's a lot to go over. This is Webkinz Fan Anyone saying I'll see you in the next Webkinz Mashup.